Bags are packed. Bailey thinks she's going, but she's not going this time. Heading out to Colorado, flying into Denver this afternoon, and then heading to Boulder where Christian's living now, and we're gonna go on a short backpacking trip up in the Nederland area, either the Eagle Peaks Wilderness or more than likely the James Peak Wilderness. And the dogs are disappointed they're not going this time, but they don't go on airplanes very well. You'd think we were going to through hike the Appalachian Trail rather than a overnighter. I'll be in one of those pretty soon, heading to Denver. Made it to Indianapolis International Airport, carrying about 100 pounds of stuff. Good prep for the backpacking trip.
2 bags to Denver?
Yep.
Need to see your ID. That is fine. Thank you. 317 is your name?
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. Made it through security. Always the most stressful part. On our way, or close to it, heading to the gate. Be on the plane soon. Little pre-flight nourishment.
Welcome to Broncos Country. This is head coach Vance Joseph and the 3-time Super Bowl champion Denver Broncos.
There's one, there's two. Well, I have a rental car. Actually, I have a Mongo 4-wheel drive truck. Figured that might give us a few trailhead options that maybe wouldn't have considered in a Hyundai. On my way to Boulder. Everything, all the travel is just about done, and get into some relaxing before some backpacking, relaxing with Christian in his apartment in Boulder. Heading down into Boulder, down at the bottom of the hill. Awfully nice to be in the mountains again. I'm having my Dunkin' Donuts coffee in the morning, but we're not backpacking yet. This is actually the balcony or porch on my son's apartment in Boulder. He's living out here now. I love Colorado. This is what he gets to wake up to every single morning. Tomorrow morning, hopefully, if all goes well, we'll be driving up to the East Portal Trailhead and doing some of the trails in the James Peak Wilderness. Dunkin' Donuts coffee in Boulder. Not a bad way to start the trip. Made it to the top of Flagstaff Mountain. God's Chair, it's called. Not a bad place in Christian's backyard. Wow. Enjoying our last moments of civilization before a couple days out in the backcountry starting tomorrow morning. So not a bad way to spend the last night here in Boulder. We are packed up and getting ready to head out. There you go. Saturday, Labor Day weekend. A little concerned the trails and the parking lots are going to be slammed, but we're getting ready to head out. Next stop, East Portal Trailhead up through Nederland. Heading up to Nederland. Canyon Road. Aptly named. It's Rollinsville. Now we're on Colorado 16, I think, which is clearly a dirt road, heading up to East Portal Trailhead, which is at the end of this road, I think about 6 miles up here. By the way, is the Continental Divide up there at the top. And we'll be hiking just below it. We just passed the little town of Tollland, and I mean little. And now we're going through an area known as Boulder Park, one of these big flat areas way up high. Very colorful little house out here. We have arrived at East Portal, and there is definitely ample parking. Man, oh man, look at the people. We made it to the trailhead. This is East Portal. First little element of stress is over. I was worried about whether we'd be able to find a parking spot, but you can see it stretches for, I don't know how far down that way, and then there's still a little parking left. So even on Saturday, a Labor Day weekend, you got nothing to worry about with parking. We are hiking. We got a little hike just to get to the start of the trail, which is way down yonder where all those people are. As you can tell, it's not a bad day for it. Absolutely spectacular. We're heading up that way, following South Boulder Creek all the way up to the end over there. That's where we're going. Filling out the wilderness permit. I didn't think permits were required, but apparently they are. Well, that's cool. Heading into the wilderness. This is what the trail's been like. Almost like a road, real wide, very popular day hike trail. But easy, gentle grade so far, all up. Temperature is perfect. It's in the low to mid 60s. The bone dry though, you can feel yourself becoming jerky. Looks like a heavy load.
Yeah.
Where are you heading?
Crater Lakes.
We were gonna head up to like Heart Lake.
Oh yeah.
Is that nice up there?
It's very nice.
First significant junction. This is the Trail 809 over to Forest Lakes. Now we know where we are. Starting to go a little more up now. Nearing the Crater Lake Trail intersection.
What's the water, Chris? Oh.
Figured I'd take a break. That last section was a little steep.
It was steep.
Good opportunity to catch my breath.
Then you have to go up just a little bit, and if you want to go to Heart Lake, you got to gain 220 feet of elevation after you pass Rogers Pass.
Okay.
Sold! They're going to Crater Lake. Trail runner there. He recommended Rogers Pass Lake. We were thinking about going up to Heart Lake. It's like a half mile further. He said there's no trees up there. It's just all, you know, kind of above tree line, what we used to call the old car wash plants. He sold me. Well, I'll tell you, it got really steep right before that intersection. So I was kind of glad for the break right there. But a little glimpse here of what we're hiking in. That's where we came from. And we're doing these switchbacks. You can see Christian up there. It was getting steeper here the closer we get to the pass. Making our way up to Rogers Pass Lake, following the stream. Okay, a little steeper as we get closer to our destination. This has been uphill at about this grade for about the last mile. Not killing you, but enough that making your heart beat pretty good. I think we're getting closer. Maybe half mile. Whew. Be nice to get there. This is what the trail's looking like. Tiny little flat spots.
followed by steeper climbs like that. Where are you guys headed?
Just up to the
Heart
Pat?
Lake.
Okay.
Heart Lake.
Heart Lake? Okay.
Are you going to camp up there?
I think we're going to camp at the, what is it, Rogers Pass Lake? The one. I wasn't sure Labor Day weekend. I didn't know what to expect.
You know Niwot's curse.
Yeah.
He was
Niwot, Native
chief,
American.
He was the chief of the Arapaho Indians who lived in Boulder area.
Uh-huh.
The chief said a curse on every white person. They're going to keep coming, and once they come, they never will leave. They'll ruin it for themselves.
Really steep now. I think we're getting closer to the lake. I always get real steep right before alpine lake like that. But that's coming from the lake. It's getting real steep now. I think we're just below the lake up there. That's even steeper than it looks. It's like a wall. Oh boy. Almost to Rogers Pass Lake. It opened up and it's beautiful. This is Rogers Pass Lake. Heart Lake continues on up in that direction, I think, but we're going to camp somewhere here. We've already found a few great spots, but there's all these little side trails like this that just go off to little campsites. Christian went exploring down that way. A lot of people behind us would be passed coming up here to camp, so a little bit of a sense of we better pick something. We've already passed like 3 good ones that we could have used. We always wanted to get the better one, so we came up to the lake and see what we can find up here. Well, we found camp. There's a lot of people here, but we found this little secluded spot down the hill a little bit from the trail. And yes, I'm still doing aquamira for large quantities of water. I haven't invested in that gravity system yet, but maybe I'll get it before Glacier, which is in a week and a half. But for right now, it's aquamira. Getting settled in at our camp. Pretty nice. Making a little bit of a late lunch with Star-Kissed Tuna Creations bold Thai chili style tuna. Now for the crowning glory, to patio hot sauce. Doesn't sound like it'd be as good as it is, but it's really tasty. Just a nice little treat. A little protein and salt and vinegar and hot sauce. It's like a little fat from the mayonnaise. And after that gourmet tuna wrap, Endurax R4. Well, it's not the tastiest stuff in the world, but it sure works well. Here's the lake that is literally right in our backyard.
Probably in the springtime when the snow melt comes in here, we would have had this little lake coming right up to our shoreline.
He's exploring down by our little lake. Our little private lake. We're nowhere near anybody else. Oh, I get it. Skipping rocks. Little sip of adult beverage. Sharing I think we're actually doing a little maker's mark. Everybody always asks me, what adult beverage do you guys have? This time it's a little maker's mark, but cheers.
Now we've also proven that the Grand Trunk Nano Hammock can support well beyond its rated weight capacity. Happy hour in our camp in the James Peak Wilderness, just short of Rogers Pass Lake, just below Rogers Pass Lake. We're getting ready to go do a little exploring. We're out exploring, capturing some video, taking some pictures, and just seeing what's out here. Look at these wildflowers, colors, and then the backdrop. Just exploring. This is kind of fun. Well, I'm not sure you see what you're looking at here, but that's actually on the far left side of that flat plateau up there. There's two people walking. Let me show you how far away that is. Isn't that unbelievable? You're just sitting here looking around. It's like, there's two people up there. Wonder what they're looking at right now. Bet they've got a great view. Ours isn't bad, but theirs is better. This looks a little chilly to me. Oh. It's like we might need a defibrillator here. Not a bad swimming hole. We really want to go. I'll try to hold it steady. Up there. That's going to require a lot of effort, but Heart Lake is on the other side of that ridge, and the view you would have from up there of all this would just be absolutely spectacular. Tough call. Okay, on the camera, notorious for not making that look like that big of a deal, but if you're sitting here in person after having walked what we did today, which by the way was 1,800 vertical feet up, which isn't, okay, not atrocious, it wasn't a long day, but that looks hard. So we're debating whether we should do it now, whether we should do it at sunset, or whether we should just not do it at all. What do you think?
We can do it on fate. 3 numbers, 3 options, you pick a number.
I'm not doing the rock, paper, scissors thing again. I lost that on the Appalachian Trail, and it didn't work out well. Sooner or later, we're probably going to get up there because the view from up there has just got to be absolutely spectacular. It's just whether we wait for the lighting to get a little better, or whether we do it now. Somebody on the other side of the lake looks like they're actually drawing or painting or something. Here's what it looks like. From a distance. She's got quite the view she's looking at. We're gonna go up there. I don't want to, and I'm sure as hell not gonna run up there like Christian is. We're doing this for you guys. And for us too, actually. I think it'll be spectacular up there, but next shot will be from up there. All right, I'm about halfway up that hill. I don't know if you're thinking it, but I sure am. Maybe we should have waited to start happy hour. Our camp's at 11,050 feet. We're at about 11,250 right now. And I'm not acclimated, so Christian's acclimated. He's been out here for months and months and months. So I'm taking it a little slow. He's already up there, so I'll get there one step at a time. Just take your time. I'm basically at the top, and kind of looks like the Sound of Music up here. Do I want to climb that? Absolutely not. Am I glad I did? Yeah. Who knows when or if you'll ever get back to a place like this in your lifetime. Right over this rise is Heart Lake, which is where we were originally going to camp, and we're basically above tree line now, and so they said there was no tree cover, it's just all stunted stuff. I think we made the great call. I like our campsite, how secluded it is, and it's nice. So doing this exploring kind of fills in the gap. I think they're heading up towards the pass. Not sure where it goes, but that is Heart Lake. You can see pretty much above tree line.
but you can also see a lot of people camping around it. So for those of you interested in coming up here, now you've seen what Heart Lake looks like. Rotating it around, now you see what Christian looks like. Rogers Pass Lake in the distance after our little itty bitty climb up here. Still a little snow at this altitude even in September. I think that's the way to Rogers Pass. I don't know where the pass actually is, but I think they're heading up towards there.
Trail zigzags right up that slope.
Oh, it must be over there. Okay. Above tree line stuff in Colorado. Living in Indiana, this is kind of a rare treat to be up this kind of stuff. So, kind of glad we climbed that hill. This is really neat to see. And that's those people. I assume they're climbing up to James Peak. They're right on the apex of that corner. And here's the climb they just went up. For those interested in going up to James Peak, I know the lighting is just atrocious. Heading in the preferred direction, well, at least from an aerobic standpoint. The knees may not feel the same way, or the feet, but heading down there. Our little adventure is coming to an end. We're about 100 yards from our camp, but not a bad view to wrap it up with. Well, just had a little bit of a camp shower, compliments of this guy, and the runoff was pretty darn salty, so I'm glad I did. But cheddar cheese spread. Measure the perfect quarter cup, about that much. Give it about a half an hour, and Ritz crackers, and we'll be doing our little appetizer before dinner. Cheddar cheese spread time. Don't even have to share it with the dogs. Never goes old. Beef stroganoff with soy sauce and a little extra pepper. What do you think?
Good.
With not a bad backdrop. Alright. Crawling in to go to bed. And it's only about 8:20. End of a really special day, really nice day. That last adventure walk around after we had camp set up was just really special. Get up tomorrow and have our second day of adventure in the James Peak Wilderness. Just beautiful up here. What a treat. Really nice. Good morning. Day number 2 in the James Peak Wilderness. Yeah, great first day. I know it's just a quick 2-day trip out here, but we made the most of it yesterday, that's for sure. So we'll have a hot breakfast this morning, Dunkin' Donuts, coffee, obviously. Then get packed up and head down the hill. Day number 2 in the James Peak Wilderness, getting it started. Here's the scene as the sun just starts to rise. Beautiful morning.
part of backpacking, but this isn't the really fun part. I want to do this before my Dunkin' Donuts coffee, so I'm properly motivated right now. Next on the checklist, Dunkin' Donuts coffee. As promised, the start of the Dunkin' Donuts coffee making ritual. Dunkin' Donuts ground coffee, straight from Costco, big bag, put into a little bag. About half full on the coffee filter. Now we wait for the water. Dunkin' Donuts coffee, James Peak Wilderness this time. You may ask, where does the Dunkin' Donuts coffee taste best? Which wilderness? Which national park? They're all the same. It's good. Man, it's a beautiful, beautiful morning too. And this is a great way to get it going. Just there's something so special about sitting out in the woods like this that I get to do so rarely, and then just a simple cup of simple coffee. It just kind of puts a smile on my face anyways, as you've seen. Breakfast, Mountain House breakfast skillet. All right, here you go. We are geared up. We've left no trace, and we're ready to head out on day number 2 in the James Peak Wilderness. Perfect backpacking, hiking conditions. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Heading down to the car, 1,800 feet downhill. Can't go wrong with that. Just came down that steep part. All the way up around there and up there. Yeah, a little hard on the knees and the feet. A lot nicer going down it than up, I think. It was a rough stretch yesterday heading up to the lake. What the trail pretty much is as you descend from Rogers Pass Lake. This type of walking, you got to be a little careful where you put your feet. My guess is we're already nearing the intersection with the Crater Lake Trail, which is a bit more than halfway back to the truck. A lot faster going down than it was going up yesterday. You can see how rough it is. You gotta be a little careful where you put your feet. Not simple walking. This is what you're hiking in on this trail. It's beautiful. Gotten out of the forest a little bit, now we're in the more open area. Kind of nice to see the sun. Hi.
The goal would be, hey.
Hey.
There's so many people on here.
Howdy. Hi.
Hi.
Howdy. 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 Good morning. Howdy. Hi.
Hey.
Morning. Morning.
Morning.
It's
Morning.
nice.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey. Howdy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Morning.
Hello, how's it going?
Good. Good morning. Hey. Hi. Morning.
Hi, morning. Hey, morning. Hi. It's a pretty popular trail, the South Boulder Creek Trail. I don't think it's made any better by the fact it's Sunday on Labor Day weekend. Everybody, I think, has decided they're going to get out and go for a hike. A lot more people today than yesterday, but you can also see that's the tunnel entrance from the back. So we're almost back to the car again on a spectacular day. This is East Portal. That Trailhead Parking is about at least a half mile long, if not further. And it's basically full. I don't think I've ever seen a more crowded, popular, slammed trailhead. I made it back to the car. And I'll tell you, even after just an overnight backpacking trip, that always feels great. James Peak Wilderness, just an absolute bonus trip. It was never in the plans to come out here, but beautiful place. Obviously a lot of people, but a lot of places to go, a lot of different options. We'll be back probably on something other than Labor Day weekend, but we made the best of it. It was just an absolute fantastic trip with Christian. You got Glacier coming up in a week and a half, but this one was a great hike, great trip. Loved it.